Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to my new backdrop. If you haven't seen it already, I am in my parents' new house, so this will be my backdrop for the next 6 months until my house is built. It's nice and white and fresh and clean, and I have a little edge in my wardrobe, so it works out really well. Please excuse the hair and the face because I got back from the gym not long ago and I just wanted to smash this out and film this because I've been really slack with my videos lately. So today's video is about the keto diet, and it is a little bit about it, what my experience with it was, and why I am no longer doing it. So I started the keto diet on the 1st of the 1st, 2019, and I started it because I had been following Jasmine Hand, and if you don't know her, I'll leave her links below. She's an amazing woman. She's a makeup artist, and she started doing keto and inspiring so many people around the world to do keto. She's just incredible. So I had been thinking about it a long time. As you guys know, I did my F45 challenge, and I really suck at sticking to things and diets and all that sort of stuff. But I had seen such incredible results from this diet, and I'd seen such just testimonies, people that are going like, I'll never go back, like I'll never go back. So what is the keto diet to start with? The keto diet is a low carb, high fat, moderate protein kind of diet. So you eat a lot of fats, whether that be like avocado, olive oil, the cheese, but you have no carbs. So you don't have any bread, you don't have rice, pasta, potato, minimal fruit. The only fruit you have is sort of like strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, those kind of ones, and non-starchy vegetables, which are limited to sort of green beans, broccoli, cauliflower, zucchini, like those kind of vegetables, like no corn or that kind of thing. Which was fine for me. Yeah, I was like, yep, no worries, because I generally, the only vegetables I eat are broccoli and that kind of thing anyway, so I'm not like, wasn't worried. So I started on the 1st, as I said, and the idea is you're meant to fit and be under 50 grams of carbs per day to get into ketosis. And once you're into ketosis, you're into the fat burning stage. So that's when your body starts burning fat instead of carbohydrates, and that's where you lose the weight. So yeah, so that was my plan, and I was really excited. I told a lot of people about it to keep myself accountable. And so Tuesday I started, and it was really hard to begin with, for sure. For the first week was really hard. As you guys know, I work in disability, so I'm always out with clients. I'm generally never at home. So it was really hard to sort of make sure I've got everything organized and prepped and ready to go. The first day I had told my client, and I was like, yep, like I'm not going to be eating any of this kind of food, and he was like, oh, okay. And for him that was a shock because he eats a lot of those kind of foods. So we went to the movies, and he had popcorn, which was really hard for me, but I had a little bag of almonds, which was fine. Suffered through, fine. Then I went to dinner with friends, and we were trying to figure out where to eat, and I was like, oh my god, where can I eat? Like, and they were like suggesting places. I looked at the menu and everything had carbs, everything had potato or chips, or it was just hard to sort of modify things. And I was like, ugh, well, let's get grilled and I can get them no bun, and they didn't want to do that, and I was like, that's fine. So they ended up getting fish and chips, and I bought a steak and my green beans over and sat there and ate my steak, where they all had like potato cakes and stuff that I love. But it was fine, I did it, no stress. Like, you know, as days go on, there were like struggles, like clients getting KFC and eating white bread, and then one of my clients, we went to a bakery, and I love things at the bakery. I sound like the biggest like fat girl inside me screaming. And for the first time, I swear to you, this never happens, they had a big platter of cake, like free samples. I was like, hey, would you guys like to try some cake? And I was like, oh. It's like, no thank you. They're like, no worries, it's just over here if you want to have some. And I was like, are you kidding? And they left this massive platter of free cake on the plate for everyone to try, and I was like, oh my god. Anyway, pushed through, and I like that day I was struggling. It was like a 40-degree day. I hadn't had my snack, and there was cake there, and it was free. Anyway, I got over it. So yeah, so the food was great, like it was fine. I ate a lot of meat and veg, a lot of eggs, eggs and bacon every morning, that kind of thing. So the food is fine. There's no issue with the taste of the food, the quality of the food that I was eating. That was fine. My problem was my gallbladder. Now, not many people know this, but I actually have gallbladder issues. My gallbladder has released a lot of stones, and I am waiting to get my gallbladder out. I should have had it out by now. I don't know. The hospital's meant to call me. I don't know what's going on, but anyway, I am due to be getting it out within the next 6 months, because I have had multiple gallbladder attacks, which, if you don't know, are very, very painful. My mum, when she first had one, she fainted. She just passed out from the pain and then was taken to the hospital straight away. So they're extremely painful, and throughout this week, because I've been adding butter to cook my meals in, and a lot of cheese and a lot of things, when I think about these foods I think blockage and I think heaviness. My gallbladder was just aching, and like it just throbbed every time I was eating these foods. I remember I had cream cheese pancakes, which, you know, sounds weird, but it was literally just cream cheese, butter, egg and cinnamon. That's all it was. And my gallbladder just was like, what the hell have you pushed in me? And every day my gallbladder ached, and regardless, I just kept pushing through. And then by the weekend it started to get hard. And it's just little things. My partner and I go to his parents' house every second Sunday for a family dinner, and his mum cooks a meal, and I struggled really badly, and she was only cooking spaghetti bolognese, so that was easy enough for me to adapt with no carbs. I just bought through some no carb spaghetti and had that instead of the pasta, which is fine. But the issue is, okay, so I had a couple of issues. My gallbladder was hurting severely every day, which is not good, obviously, but it was also a mental thing for me. And being a person that doesn't normally stick to diets as it is, I stuck to this diet really well. Like, my partner was like, whoa, like, impressed with me, because I normally don't do anything. So I stuck to this diet. It wasn't sticking to the diet that was hard, it was the mental game. It was weighing out every bit of my food, making sure that I was getting enough fats, enough proteins, enough carbs to get into ketosis so that my body started burning fat. That alone, like, was just too much for me. It was way too much for me. And it sounds like a cop-out because I did it for a week, but I would have pushed through and continued on and not worried about, you know, the weighing stuff, just push through that if it wasn't for my gallbladder. I just felt so stressed, and I also felt so scared that I was going to set my gallbladder off. I spoke to someone I know who is a dietitian, and I said, look, this is what's going on. You know, I do have gallbladder issues, like, what do you recommend? And she's like, I would not recommend the keto diet. She's like, unless you have epilepsy or autism, which it is known to be very, very helpful and proven, yeah, really good for people with epilepsy, and it helps them severely. So I'm not saying the keto diet is a bad diet, it's just not for me. And you know what, that's okay, because you can go through and figure out what diet is for you, and I figured out that it isn't for me, that I need to eat less fats and oils, especially now with my gallbladder, and maybe in the future as well. Like, I know my partner, his body thrives off carbs. If he has, like, you know, a bit of rice and a bit of potato, like, his body, yeah, really thrives off that thing. So I'm really still learning what my body thrives off, and I'm not gonna lie, I was extremely upset last night when I discovered that I couldn't do the keto diet anymore. Not because I wanted to still be, like, measuring my food and whatnot, but because I felt like I'd failed. And I realised that I haven't failed, it's just what I have to do for me, and I have to sort of be selfish in that way and realise that, you know, not everyone can do it, I guess. I felt like I'd failed because I had clients that were doing the keto diet as well, and they were really excited for me, and I had one client who told me to do it, so I was doing it with him. And another client and a family that I absolutely love were doing it all together. There was like 5 of us, we had groups and everything like that. And it was really good for that time to be able to connect and, you know, like, mesh together our ideas and talk about how we're going and have that support. That was fantastic. But they're doing it for health reasons for themselves, and that's fine. I just felt like I'd let them down as well, not being able to do it. And I know that sounds silly, but I just did, and so I felt really upset, and I felt like I'd failed again, and that I'm always gonna be unhappy with how I look or how I feel. And I don't know, I let that get to me because I had a goal that I wanted to look and feel a certain way by a certain time, and now I sort of felt like, well, that's not gonna happen and I'm always gonna be this way. But I realised after speaking to my partner and speaking to my trainer at the gym, that's not the case, and I can eat healthy and can exercise, and the weight will come and my body will change, and I will be the way I want to be in time, and that's fine. And I just have to realise that and just do one thing every single day to get myself there. I'm rambling, I'm sorry. I felt so emotional, and right now is like the first time that I've been able to speak about it without crying. Even telling my trainer this morning, she was like, hey, how are you? Like, because I hadn't been to the gym in a while, and she was asking how I was, and I just sort of blew her off, and I couldn't talk to her because I felt so emotional and so ashamed that I couldn't even stick to a damn diet for a week. Like, I did, but I don't know, I need to look after me, I need to look after my gallbladder. So yeah, I'm no longer doing it. I've seen amazing people and amazing results from the diet. So in no shape or form am I saying the keto diet is bad. It's just not for me, and that's fine. So this video is already long enough, I'm sorry. But yeah, so I will talk to you guys in my next video, and stay tuned because I will be weighing myself and doing another scan and maybe possibly another challenge coming up. So my body will change. I'll get there, just you watch. If you'd like to stay updated, make sure you follow me on Instagram. It's ebonyrichardson1. I'll leave it all down below for you. In the meantime, like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.